Hey everybody, Tim here with today's review of Orville, Season 1, Episode 5, Pria. It's a good episode, it's not bad. Once again, I feel like it's kind of taken a little bit of a step down. Like, even a step down for this is still a lot better than most other shows that I'm watching right now. So, the main guest star for this one is Charlize Theron, who's a terrific actress. She's been around forever at this point, it seems to me. And once again, in the last episode, Liam Neeson made an appearance from his A Million Ways to Die in the West, and Charlize Theron was kind of the main love interest for that movie. So it's kind of great to see her in this as well. This episode was also directed by Jonathan Frakes, who's like one of the greatest Star Trek directors, in my opinion. I mean, he did like First Contact, Insurrection, and then of course he played Riker. So I love how the Star Trek community is like completely embracing Orville. I remember like when it first started and everybody was so polarized because either you liked Discovery or you liked Orville. And like either way you were kind of a traitor. And so many Star Trek actors and alumni were doing Orville. Like Jonathan Frakes and Robert Duncan McNeil's already directed an episode. And it's not too far in the future where we start seeing a lot of Star Trek actors even start showing up. So, for the most part, like, this has kind of the classic main plot line and subplot line. The subplot line's great. It's just Gordon trying to teach Isaac all about humor, which is something we've seen for all of Star Trek, because all of Star Trek has always had, like, the serious character, whether it be Spock, Data, Odo, who would it be in Voyager? But either way, like, there's s01e05, like, there's always that serious character, and somebody's trying to teach them about humor. And so to watch kind of Gordon and Isaac, like, learn about humor and practical jokes, whether it be the Mr. Potato Head stuff all over his face, and then Isaac trying to comprehend humor, like, cuts off Gordon's leg. And I mean, again, like, it reminded me of Star Trek, especially the scene in Generations where Data pushes, who was Dr. Crusher off the ship. And he's like, that was funny. And Geordi's like, that was not funny. Like the whole, as soon as he wakes up and his leg's amputated, he's like, what's wrong with you? That's not funny. It was kind of funny, actually. It was really enjoyable. So the main plot line is Ed and the crew rescue Pria, and who's about to crash on like this asteroid, or the asteroid's going towards the sun, whatever. And basically Kelly is instantly super jealous of the whole situation, and to just kind of watch, like, I mean, you have an ex-couple that are the captain and the first officer on a ship. And so as soon as there's some sort of love relationship, of course there's going to be a lot of jealousy going on. And Ed and Pria even sleep together. And as it continues on, it turns out, like, it's a big twist that she's actually from 400 years in the future. And she shows up to kind of harvest these vessels that are about to be destroyed and then sell them off to the future. I mean, it is what it is. We've seen stories like that before in any sort of sci-fi, whether it's Doctor Who, Battlestar, anything. And Stargate. So the whole time travel thing, for me at least, in this one was a little paradoxical, because they seal the hole, which in doing so, that means 400 years from now, she could never come to the ship to try to harvest it. So she ends up just like disappearing out of thin air because she would never have shown up before. But by that same way, they would never have been able to navigate through the mine, so they would have been destroyed anyway. So it's one of those, like, this is one you just kind of got to turn everything off and just get through it. It's funny, it's interesting, and I still really enjoyed it. So for those who have seen it, what did you guys think? What do you think about Jonathan Frakes directing it? Like, he has such a good, like, talent for directing, but realistically, like, I wouldn't have guessed it was him, because he doesn't have, like, those classic shots. So, he did a great job, and I'm super excited to see, because I know he does more episodes as well. So, what did you guys think about this one? Thank you guys for everything, and I'll see you next time for The Krill.